sound effects louder, and I got shorter wires because remember this wasn't that loud. Yeah, look. Because remember I kept like playing with the volume and I was like, how come I can't how come I can't turn the volume up?
Yeah.
It was stupid. But now it's like,
how'd you figure it out?
What'd
you do?
There was an update.
Oh.
And the update made it so that you could raise the volume past the original audio volume.
So it was something they realized they needed to do.
Yeah, like if there was this video that, let's say it's like 1 out of 10 and the video was at 5, you couldn't raise it past 5. If you put this on max volume, it would raise it to 5.
Wow.
But now it lets you kind of like overdo what the volume was.
So you could do it more than what it is right now if you wanted to?
No, this is the highest.
This is the highest. Okay. So it doesn't maximize it. Like you can't.
This is higher than the original audio of the sound effect. You gotta tilt it down into your mouth. One time I was like, is it tight?
Yeah, it's tight. One time
I was outside my house with my brother and we were on like the Razor like electric scooter.
Mm-hmm.
You know those?
Yeah.
I had like the mini one and he had like the bigger one.
Why'd you have the mini one?
It was weird. The mini one was like recommended for like a certain weight. And I was younger, obviously, by like 4 years. And then the bigger one was like his weight.
Yeah.
But I should have, they were like not that different in price. But I wanted the smaller one because it looked cooler. But I should have got the bigger one because his went fast.
It's also like a safety concern too because they kind of do weight.
Yeah, on purpose.
Age.
Yeah. They like take it into consideration.
Yeah.
But I was outside my house. And this dude came by and started like talking to me and my brother.
And
my sister was playing with like chalk, like at the front.
What do you say?
He started asking questions about like the scooter. Like he was like, "Oh, where do you guys get those?" Like blah blah blah. And then
Predator.
I didn't think anything weird of it. He didn't look like weird. He looked like
and they said that about Ted Bundy too, bro.
He didn't look that normal.
Okay.
Like Ted Bundy looked mad normal. He looked like just like this like dude you would see at like a bus stop.
Just like normal Providence.
No,
but like normal Providence.
A dude you would see at a bus stop who like smells like cigarettes. Like that kind, like he looked like weird.
You know what I'm imagining? Like a tan bald man. Like that's what I'm imagining.
No, he was like this blonde dude with pants like in a shirt too big for him.
That's like not what I imagine at all.
You know what I mean? Like pants in a shirt too big for him and his teeth were probably messed up because he smokes a lot. He looked like that. He looks like the type of guy that would ask you if you have a lighter.
They be asking like little kids, like, bro, do you have a lighter?
Because they have them now.
What do you mean?
Like these days, kids will like have a lighter.
Yeah, but like no, when I was a little kid, like I would be asked like, do you have a lighter? And I'm like, no.
At that point, they're just asking anybody.
Yeah.
Because they want to use one. He started asking me questions. And I didn't think it was weird. And then my sister ran inside and told my parents. Which was like pretty good. And then my parents came out and just stood there and like looked.
Yeah, because they don't want it to be like, they want to be there just in case, but
they don't want it to be like, make
out.
it weird.
Yeah.
And then the guy was like, "Oh, I was just asking them like where they got it. Those are cool." And then he left. Then they told my sister.
That's just like Providence too, though.
They told my sister, "Good job." And then I thought about it.
The goody two shoes.
I thought about it yesterday, and I was like, he could have just like tried to like abduct us,
or could have just had a gun and go.
What?
Yeah, he could have just had a gun.
Do you need a gun to rob like a 9-year-old?
I don't know.
Just take it. Just take it. Like you just take it. Why
I'm not even like robbing. Just like people are sick in their mind and just like want to go Literally. Just want
To
to like,
rob a 9-year-old?
not even like rob him, just to like literally, people are sick in their mind to like just kill him.
He could have done a lot. He didn't have a car either, though.
Mm.
So what was he gonna do? Like rob
Run.
me put me in between his legs on the scooter
Run.
and my brother.
He wanted to see how fast the scooters went to
Maybe
see how fast he could run away.
Maybe he. I think his goal was like either just to ask questions because he wanted to know where to get it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's weird because he didn't. He looked weird. What I think is he's gonna be like, "Oh, can I take it for a spin and never come back?"
Yeah.
That would seem like the most normal thing that he could do.
That does. Or he just like wanted a conversation because it's like really hard to get a conversation out of. Like, remember that guy that you stopped?
Maybe, I don't know. This is weird. You don't just talk to like two little kids and be like, "Oh, where'd you get your scooter from?"
Yeah, could be tripping.
No, he was like normal-ish.
It's weird.
Yeah.
10 years later, guy pops up on WPRI.
Oh, that's what I think. Like, so that's what I was gonna say. There was this story of like this little girl. She was 10 years old, and there was this. Her parents own, or her grandma or some shit, own like an apartment complex.
Here in Providence or Rhode Island?
No, not Providence.
Okay.
And then there was this dude that she like kind of crossed paths with when she was like 10, because like he was like checking in or some shit, and then he was just like sus, and she said like he was just like weird, like he would like ask like try to have like conversations with her and stuff like that. And she said one time there was like a foresty shortcut that went between like her neighborhood and like the university, like the state university, which is weird because we have one too. There's like a secret path that goes from like to Rick from my house.
Oh yeah,
like in the forest,
through
in the woods,
like near past like Triggs.
What?
Like where the golf course is.
Yeah, there's a secret path. Maybe I got poison ivy there once.
Don't go again.
Yeah, and then I don't know how we even find out about it.
Lesson learned.
I think we just went, but she was in something like that.
So like he came back after a couple years, or
he lived there in the apartment complex.
Oh, okay. Continue. Sure.
It was like days later. She was like in the path.
Okay.
And then like she saw the guy and he was just like peeing on a tree.
Peeing on a tree?
Yeah,
okay.
On a tree. But then he like turned around when he like
was still peeing.
Heard her. No. And he just like flashed her. And he was like, "Oh shit, sorry." And then he's like, "I didn't know you were there." And then that was it. And then she was like, "It's okay." And then she just kind of like ran home. And that's it. Which could happen, I guess.
That's the end of the story?
No.
Oh, okay.
That could happen, I guess.
About to be like, damn, really? This was a great story.
No, that could happen. But then another time, like 2 days later, she was walking her dog. That would like walk her, she said. And then he was like, "Oh, can I like pet your dog?" And then while he was like petting her dog, he was wearing like shorts and he like let his like dick out.
Oh my God. That's like so perverted. Like
he like let his dick out and like started asking her questions about like the dog while like
these
touching
fantasies,
his dick.
like when they're young.
Am I allowed to talk about this on like
wouldn't
Spotify?
You? Just put explicit.
Yeah. Yeah, but he was like doing that, right? And then
they have these fantasies when they're kids, like about these kids. And when they grow up, they act on these fantasies. Do you know what I'm saying? The predators.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Most of the time, predators prey on small kids, but they don't act on them.
That makes them a predator.
Yeah. They don't act on them until they're old enough. Like old enough to like what they desire. Like they feel like they're going to be like pretty enough or something like that. And then they actually act on them more actively.
So.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Not really.
Okay.
What the fuck does that mean? Like
it's like they just fantasize about how this kid's gonna turn out and like end up just acting upon the fantasies when they're older.
but they're doing it while they're kids. So how is that waiting until they're older?
So
Waiting,
she,
isn't waiting until they're older grooming? That's a different thing. Like when someone's like 17 and you're like,
so wait, so this girl was 10?
10.
When this whole time? I thought.
yeah, bro. I keep saying 3 days later.
I heard university. That's why. Because you said the.
Oh, that's why I was like, what are you talking about?
I heard university, so I thought you meant like she's old enough.
Yeah, that would be grooming. What you're saying.
Okay.
That's also a thing.
Yeah. I definitely know the definition of that one.
It's like when like someone's 17, like that UFC fighter,
or like the guy from Nickelodeon,
the guy who likes feet.
Mm-hmm.
That I guess that could fall into that. Like if he was like, if the whole time he was like, kind of like gaining their trust, and then as soon as they turn 18, he like did something, like tried to like get with them. That's grooming because he's like prepping. He's like
premeditated.
Yeah, he's like prepping them.
Yeah.
But
okay,
that's not what this story is at all.
Story.
So he like let his dick out
when she was 10. Now that changes like my whole perspective on this. Oh God. Or say like pee pee.
Yeah, I guess.
He
but
let his pee-pee out.
The whole theme of this one's like
start over, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. The whole theme of this one's like fucked up. I really have to put like NSFW on it, like
explicit,
and like trigger warning.
Fuck, bro.
I gotta put trigger warning now.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. You did it to yourself. Willie, did you do this?
Trigger warning. Beware. That's the one I was talking about. I have tricks up my sleeves.
That one's cool. I like it. Where's my meow? Do we take it away?
Right here.
Meow.
It's louder now too.
Fishy.
Yeah, so he like let his out, and then I'll just start doing that. And he was like at the same time that he was like talking to her, right? And then I should have just said it while it got censored. He was like like while
do you think
I'm just gonna say it, bro.
Do you think I could like they could hear it from like my
Yeah. Anyways, he was just like touching himself. Anyways, so then she was just like, I gotta go, bye. And then she left and she started figuring out it was like weird. And then another day.
Because as a little kid, you don't think that's weird until
she thought it was weird as soon as it happened twice.
Okay.
Even her 10-year-old self like thought it was weird. And then, so like the last day, like 4 days after that, she was walking her dog again with like 2 other girls. One was 3 or some shit. Can a 3-year-old walk?
Yeah, a 3-year-old can walk.
They were like playing with like a 3-year-old. It was like another 10-year-old and another 10-year-old.
Okay. So it was like
I guess I'll credit these people for the story in the description.
For sure.
And then that means I have to find it. Fuck. And then they were walking the dog and he came to pet the dog again. Right? And then he was like, "Oh, I want to show you a picture of like my dog." And then
pulls up a picture of
then
his
the
pee-pee.
other 10-year-old leans over to see, and he's like scrolling through his phone, and it's just like nude photos of him with his dog. I swear to God, that's what the story said. Like him with his dog naked.
Bro, the moment this man approached me like by myself at 10 years old, I'd be out of there.
So the other like 7-year-old or 10-year-old, I don't remember what it was like shook and didn't know what to do. And he was like, he just kept talking and he said like, come meet him. He's like in my apartment. And he was going to like kind of like pressure them into going to his apartment. And what she does is she unclips this motherfucker from the leash and he fucking runs the dog.
Who does? The girl?
The little girl.
To like go chase him?
Yeah, and he fucking runs. Like he runs away. Because the dog, you know how the dog walked her?
Mm-hmm.
That was foreshadowing, bitch. Ever heard of it? So the dog runs away. And they're like, oh, we gotta go chase him. And then they just go chase him. And the guy's just left there with his dick in his hand. Like a dumbass. And then they chase him.
This
And
girl
then-
grew up to be the president of the United.
And that dog became underdog. No. So that dog, like she talked about it, like saved her life, kind of. Not saved her life, but he could have killed them. He could have like done something weird. He could
But
have
she
like
was also really smart.
coulda
to
changed her
do
whole
that.
life,
Like
like,
she
in a way.
acted upon like what just happened.
yeah.
That was really smart.
Yeah, and then the dog died. Not that day, but like she talked about how it died and like she misses it because it saved her.
Oh, I was about to be like,
Oh, and then
what relation does this have?
and then on the news,
Oh, it was on the news?
no, like different time.
Okay.
Not her. I don't think it was her. It might have been her. But different time, same type of people. 10-year-old, and like 7-year-old or something. And it was like he was arrested for like
That same guy?
yeah, for like allegedly, because it was just like hearsay, I guess.
Yeah.
It
Like awaiting trial, probably. Like
It's alleged because what happens is like the little girl runs to her mom and says this just happened,
Yeah.
and then like
they have
to like find out. Yeah,
evidence, and he's awaiting
it might
trial,
have been
basically.
the same. It might have been the same girl. Now that I think about it, maybe it didn't happen again, but it ended up on the news. He got arrested.
Wait, so
I
what
don't
was
know-
he allegedly
I don't know.
accused of?
Well, first of all, I don't know if she got older and ended up seeing him on the news, or if that news thing she sent in the description, in the comment of the post, was her event.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. What was he allegedly accused
The same
of?
thing.
Like just
Like it was like, I don't know like the correct term, but it was like he flashed like little
Yeah.
kids and like stuff like
'cause I
that.
thought what you were saying was like news came out and he like
Yeah,
raped
so-
and murdered like new girls and like that could have been them or something.
Oh, there was this other one I saw.
Okay.
This person goes, they order something. They're in an apartment complex that they moved in. That they moved into to feel safer because there's like concierge.
Okay.
She orders Grubhub or Uber
The
Eats.
same girl?
No, different girl,
Okay.
different story. That first story is the one that made me think of the scooter thing.
Oh.
Because like something similar just could have happened if my
Yeah.
sister didn't snitch.
Yeah. It's like what happened with me. I always talk about the guy.
Yeah, like
That,
if
like,
these
preys
people
on
don't
me.
snitch.
Yeah. My dad would sit outside with me every day.
One time I would always film videos and I was filming one in front of the house and my dad had to leave. And he was like, if a car even passes by, like even just to cross, like, or just pass by the street, go to the backyard and come back out after.
Yeah, my dad
He
would
goes
have
down-
his metal bat with him.
He goes down to the stop sign. A car passes and is behind him. He sees that I don't go back inside. He turns his car on and was like, why didn't you do it? And then I did it after.
I love your dad. He's so great.
But I didn't do it because I saw he was still at the
Yeah.
stop sign, but I get what he means.
Yeah, he was like, I was testing you, bro.
Yeah. But anyways,
So Grubhub, this
Yeah.
girl, apartment complex, concierge.
she goes downstairs because you have to check in with concierge to get in the building if
Yeah.
like your friend's coming over.
Yeah.
So she goes downstairs and the Uber Eats guy was like chatting up with the girl. Right? And she thought at first like that the girl was the concierge or that the girl knew the guy or something like that. But like over time while she was picking up the food and she was about to walk away, she realized that girl looked too scared to be the concierge. She was just waiting for the concierge to get to her friend's apartment. You get what I mean? So the dude was just talking to some random girl. The Uber Eats guy was like chatting up with this random girl who was just there waiting for the security to let her in.
Yeah.
And he just started like, can you kill that if it passes by? He just started like talking to this girl and being all weird and like close up and like just was like being all weird. And then the girl started talking to the other girl that the first girl who ordered the food was talking to the other girl. I don't know. Tiffany was talking to like Brianna, the one being like chatted up with. And like the guy just stood there.
Brian.
Yeah, he just stood there, the Grubhub guy.
Brian,
then
the Grow Club guy.
the first girl's like, turns to the Uber Eats guy and she's like, why are you still here? And then he like awkwardly leaves. But no, it was like, she said that he did some weird shit. He like pretended he was like signing in or some shit like that. And was
he was like supposed to be there for another reason.
Yeah. Okay. And then she just kept staring at him and just asked him again. And then he left. And that's just another thing where like the potential of what could have happened was like, because he could have waited until that girl left, realized there was no security, and just like took her or some shit like that.
It's like really hard to
just made her super uncomfortable.
Also be like a bystander to some of that because you don't know like the scenario of like what.
Well, you don't want to be that dude who's like, is this guy bothering you?
Yeah.
And it's like her boyfriend. One time I was on a cruise.
What'd you do?
And there was a guy there, like straight dating. I swear to God, like 50-something-year-old fat man. Like this arm just got numb. I think I hit my funny bone. Yeah. Like straight dating. I swear to God, like he was like cuddling with this like 16-year-old girl. And it wasn't his daughter because I remember I kept staring. And then my dad, I told him. And he was like, there's no way. And then he kept staring. And then I told my brother and he kept staring. And it was like this girl that
you guys are staring until this day.
No, it was this girl that like, she was like 17 or something. And
sugar daddy.
He was like a sugar daddy. And then I remember.
Bro, I'd be there too, bro.
I remember.
You would be there too if he was giving you money.
I thought she was like one of those people in like those documentaries that got like kidnapped or some shit.
And like put on a bow and like
like
pretending.
No, like kidnapped at a young age and I don't fucking know.
Oh, and it's called like Sherlock Holmes syndrome.
No, it's not that. I know what you mean though. It's not that though. That's when you when you start to fall in love with your kidnapper.
It's not even falling in love. It's just like
you start to have feelings for your kidnapper.
Is it that one? Yeah. There's something very similar.
That's Stockholm syndrome.
Sherlock Holmes.
I don't even have a sound effect for it.
I quit, I'm gay, and I love Xander.
Oh, God.
Sherlock Holmes syndrome is like when you like have this feeling in your body to go find out the mystery.
Yeah. No, that's something else. But then I thought she was getting kidnapped to the point. I was like 16. I went to the concierge and I told them and they just laughed at me. And then I found out later she was just taking his money. Because because we were
take her money.
We were like in like the quote unquote club. It was just like some place playing music.
Yeah.
And like the girl went up to my dad. That's when we were like kill it. You got it. Oh, no, never mind. We were like, it was like the biggest like.
I can release whatever's in my hand.
Yeah, it was like the biggest like, because I thought she was kidnapped, but then
you gotta get like an explosion
at
effect.
the club, she went up to my dad, and is like, how come I don't see anyone dancing, or like something like that.
Where was your mom, bro? She would have rocked her shit, bro.
Like literally like close to my dad.
She would have rocked her shit,
yeah,
bro.
And then the girl, my dad was like, yeah, I don't know, and like that was it.
He's like, I don't know why no one's dancing with me today.
Yeah, and then like
my wife,
and then she just
doesn't want to.
Walked away. So I'm guessing like the 50-something-year-old,
like
58-year-old guy, was like sleeping, and because it was like 12 a.m. at that point, and I went to the quote unquote club that was just whack, and then like
no bitches were there.
It was like empty. Like it was just music and I was just sitting there like yeah.
Cue party rock.
And then like she went up to my dad and did that. Like she was trying to unlock another sugar daddy. So it was like her like getting these sugar daddies. It wasn't even him like kidnapping her.
She was the culprit all along.
No, so that's like a situation where it's like, is this guy bothering you? And he just wasn't.
He like wasn't.
Yeah.
But it's like you never know. He was
buying her a cruise.
Never know. It's like that other day.
And then I just look like, next thing you know, I'm canceled or some shit.
It's like that other day when,
like, bro.
Do you remember when I like passed by and I came late and I told you about this girl that I like was passing?
I don't
like,
believe
walking?
that story.
You still don't believe that story? Whatever. I'm not telling it.
So you can say it.
Frick you.
Let the viewers
Frick
decide.
you. Well,
Say
it's like,
it just sounds like too hero-ish.
yeah, but it really
But
wasn't.
Tell me it again. I forgot.
It was simply, how are you going to say I don't believe it and you
I just
forgot
remember not believing it.
It was just basically like this guy like pulling up on this girl, and then I pretended like I knew her.
Like you pulled over your car to the side of the road and started talking to her.
Yeah.
So you also like catcalled her.
No, because she was like just
A guy
ignoring him.
pulled over.
Like I was like driving.
Mm-hmm. What was he saying?
He was just like, hey girl, like what are you doing? Like get in my car, like let's go, blah blah blah. And I just made up like a random name, and I like asked her how she was. I was like, do you need a ride? And she was like, no, my boyfriend's gonna meet up with me or something. I don't really remember what she said. And then the guy like drove off eventually. And
Did he do the thing like the other guy who just starts signing the clipboard?
Who?
In that other story, like the Grubhub guy, where he just sits there and he doesn't really know what's happening.
Did I do that?
No, the guy.
Oh yeah, he was just like driving like. I can't see his face, but I know it was a man because I heard his voice. But he's probably just like, I gotta go. And he just drives off eventually. Is that girl dead? I don't know.
Did that even happen? It's up to you to decide.
No, it happened.
It just sounds like the way you say it. There's a thing where
because it could just be simpler, like actual
there's this
terms.
thing where when people are telling the truth,
I'm a hero, bro.
There's a thing where when people are telling the truth and they think people don't believe them, they give off signs that a liar would give off.
Like what?
And I think that's what you're doing.
Like what, bro? Why would I lie on the cast by now?
No, I just said what I think you're doing, bro. I said when people are telling the truth and they think people don't believe them, they start giving off signs like if they're lying.
What are the signs of a liar?
It's like they're called clusters. Like it's like if someone like it's like first you have like the baseline of like how they act to begin with. Like let's say I already talk really fast. So if I talk really fast when I'm lying, you can't use that as like an example because I always talk fast.
Yeah.
But if I talk slow, usually
it's like you're recalling a story in a sense of like it never happened. Like it's
if
like
I
you're
talk
putting the pieces together.
If I usually talk slow, but then I'm talking fast while telling something like a story, that could be a lie. But you can't just determine it off like one thing. You determine it off like 5 different things. Mm-hmm. So if they're talking fast and they like lick their lips and they like fix their hair, that's like 3 things. Like they lick their lips to make themselves seem more like appealing. They fix their hair to look more appealing. If they like do this with their eyes and like glance around to check if like the crowd believes them or the people listening believe them.
Bro, I see
that's
that
like
so
4
many
things.
times. And like people are telling stories and then they look around to see if anyone's laughing. I think it's embarrassing.
It doesn't matter if it's something they always do. That's why you need like a baseline. But if they don't usually do that, and then you see them doing like 4 different things that they don't usually do, they're probably lying. But what happens is if you're telling the truth and think people don't believe you, you end up doing like a lot of those. So it kind of sucks.
Did I do any of those?
I think that's what happened. If you are telling the truth,
what do you mean?
I believe you. You just sound like the story doesn't sound real.
But you always say that about all my stories.
Yeah, so maybe it's just how you talk.
Yeah, or I like overestimate the situation or something. Like it played better. It played better in my head than it actually like it's something I like replayed in my head, and like that's how I felt like it happened. When I could just be like, I pulled up to this girl, said, "Are you okay?" Then I drove off.
One time my sister was in Europe and she got on an Uber and the guy just kept driving. Like I feel
like your sister's like
she got in
to this like she's very pretty, so I feel like in countries like that she'll like
I remember the story.
She's not like protected.
She got in, the car was different than what the picture showed.
She didn't check the plate, bro.
And he was different. The plate was the same, I think.
You gotta check everything.
She asked to get out, and he just kept driving and talking to her. And then she ended up, I think she ended up like saying she'll call like the police or something.
good.
I forgot how she got out.
I'm about to get her like a taser, pepper spray.
Thing is,
Like,
with pepper spray and shit, people go to like Walmart, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Oh look, pepper spray. Oh look, a taser to protect me." Those shits, like I've seen them, like I've seen videos of them being used. Like I saw someone try to rob a place using like the Walmart pepper spray.
Mm-hmm. No,
And
I have
security camera
expensive
footage.
one.
I had it or I lost it. And security camera footage, and the person wipes their eyes. Oops. The person wipes their eyes and just beats up the robber.
No, you should. One day I'll bring the
Because it
pepper
doesn't
spray I
work.
have. You should. I'll bring it, and I just spray it into like forward, and you can feel it like hurt you, like just like it being around.
That's why you gotta get the real kind.
That's why I have the real.
And a real taser.
Yeah,
Not
but
that
they're
bullshit
illegal.
one.
But they're illegal here. That's why I can't
So
have
don't
like
get
the
one.
real. Nah, bro.
Or fight for our gun rights.
Oh, we are liberals.
What? Don't say we are.
You're not a liberal. I gotta go, bro.
I don't know. It was like there's both sides have stuff that like
Makes sense.
yeah.
That's why I just call myself a moderate.
It's like I wish you could put like different pieces together, but you can't.
That's why people identify as moderate.
Well, that's why people like the independent people but like those people never win. I don't know. It's weird.
I like no one ever looks at them.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. But yeah, that was like. That's why I thought about the scooter thing.
Oh, we're back on that.
Yeah, because it's
Scooter.
like all that shit be happening to people.
I like never, and nor do I wish to even put this in there, but I've never had like that like scary of an experience where like I feel like I've been in like a really bad Uber or something like that. Like
Yeah.
I've been really lucky, thankfully, and I hope I continue to be. But I don't take Ubers anymore and stuff. The scariest thing was like when a guy pulled out a gun in front of me while I was in the car. That's like the scariest thing. But it wasn't at me, so I didn't care. Well, it was still scary.
I got scared once when I went to. It was like, I think it was like freshman year. And it was like me, my friend, and someone else.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the weirdest mix of people. Went to this girl's house for like a movie night.
Mm-hmm.
And the dad like pulled out a Glock and like he was like prepping the movie room, quote unquote. I don't know. It was like a movie room.
Mm-hmm.
And like goes in the shelf and pulls out a Glock and like makes it really obvious. Like he wasn't like showing us it, but he like pulled it out and kind of like waved it and then put it like in his pants to like be
I'm glad
like that.
he did that because anyways,
to be
you
like
never
that.
know.
No, but to be like that dad that's like,
I'll kill you.
yeah,
man.
like if you hurt my daughter, even though
Oh.
we were just like there to like watch, like it was like me, the girl's friend, and like my like gay friend, like it was like that, and he like pulled out the Glock and like kind of showed it to all of us, like but like this, like in a way where it looked like casual,
Yeah.
and then like put it in his pants and like walked away,
Hmm.
but it was like but walked away with it like sticking out of his pants, and I was like, bro. Why do you have that?
This is the first time.
At least it
my
wasn't
head
like some
hurts.
M14 though.
Think I'm getting tired of these?
It might be the light.
No, I feel it here.
Oh, the headphones.
Mm-hmm.
Did you change the like shape,
Maybe I should change it a little bit.
or is it pulling on you too much?
No. They just feel heavier now.
No, I don't know. It's the same headphones, bro. I think it's pulling. That's why. Yeah, there's like no slack.
No, I think it's fine. Blood.
Yeah, I don't remember the other story.
I wonder if they can see Willie.
Probably. Oh, there was another one, right? This girl, her mom was like long out of the picture already, but her dad was like a dad who wasn't really home that much. So she was 15 and already had like learned to take care of herself and like be home alone. The dad wasn't there, right? She's in her room at like like 11 p.m. hears like footsteps going up the stairs, but like trying to be like discreet, like slow, right? And then she calls her sister's name out, like,
Oh, so she also had a sister.
yeah, I think she was like, Ashley, is that you? Or some shit like that. She thought it was her sister coming up silently to not wake her up.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, Ashley, is that you? And there's no answer. The steps just stopped. And then she's like, oh, whatever. And then the steps start again. And she says that it was weird because she said she was terrified, but at the same time, she did like bold moves. And then even in the post, she talked about like how her moves like didn't really match how she was feeling. Cause she ended up going to like the stairs.
When you feel fear, it's like
It's like fight or flight.
Firefighter.
No, so she goes to the stairs and it's like some dude like creeping up the stairs at night. Not her sister. Her sister was at her friend's house. So then
So she was completely
so
alone.
then she was like, who are you? And then the guy had, like when she said like, Ashley, is that you? The guy like just used Ashley's name. No, he didn't say he was Ashley.
Oh.
But he was like, she said he remembered him saying some stupid shit that made like no sense. It was like,
I thought that
it was like, Ashley told me to get you. Like some shit like that.
Oh.
Like he had
okay.
used the name.
Okay. Because that's
Yeah.
the way I just imagined that.
He
It's
used,
like, I'm Ashley.
he had used the name and then like, he was like, Ashley said that your mom was like to get you. Like some shit like that. Like it made no
Little
sense.
did he know
So
her mom was gone.
So she just screamed at him to like get out.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like listened. And he just left. So she thinks he was like on drugs. Because like the way he was talking and like how he didn't respond to what she was saying.
It could also just be like a home invasion because a lot of people who like want to invade a home don't want to get the charges of like killing someone. They just want to steal your shit.
It could have also been like he wanted to like steal her. But
he got
as
scared
soon as the next name was mentioned, it just brought up too many people in the picture.
it also like
You know what I mean? Like if he was trying to like attack her.
a lot of people who like make this idea in their head of stealing someone, they like have this like in a sense like fantasy of how it's gonna go, and like she didn't play out to be like what he wanted in a sense.
I just think he was on drugs. But then again too, if she had brought up Ashley's name, it just brings another person into the picture that could be like downstairs hearing it and calls the police. And he didn't see her or some shit.
He thinks like Ashley's home because
because she had
but
called
like
it.
why'd he say Ashley told me to get you?
He was just trying to like act fast. But when she
Or
started
he was
screaming,
studying.
he just left. I think he was just on drugs.
Yeah, maybe.
It's another situation that ended well, I guess, but had like potential to go like very poorly.
Very. That's like really bad.
Yeah. It could have like gone pretty bad. This needs like a trigger warning.
Mm-hmm. Why do we always do this?
Fuck.
We
What
always do
trigger
this.
warning? What am I gonna put? Just trigger warning.
Everything. Traumatic events.
Like close call stories.
Yeah.
And then I gotta credit all these people. Oh my fucking god.
Are these all in the same subreddit?
Yeah.
What subreddit?
Let's not meet.
That's what I thought, but with ones like these, I feel like it would have like its own subreddit.
Oh no, it might have been. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to find them because it might have been creepy encounters.
You were reading that last night, so.
I was on both.
Oh, were you? I'll help you find them. I'll help you.
I did this thing called ducking where like if I talk, the volume lowers. And then I stop talking, the volume goes back up. See?
I didn't even say bye.
Bye.
Bye.